Good morning from Big Sky Country. I'm Stacy, owner of Montana Used Bricks. And I was going to do a food for thought video this week, but there was one question that came up on the Facebook Worldwide Buyer and Sellers group for Bricklink. And it was a very simple question, and I thought I was just going to make it part of the video, but then I realized I could probably make a whole video out of this one question. And here is the question. What does everyone do with the instruction books? I sell the odd one, but generally they take up room. There was a lot of comments on this, which kind of surprised me. There was a lot of sellers that recycle the instruction manuals. They don't put them into inventory. And as a used seller, I found that unusual because I personally like to have those in there. In fact, I have bought boxes of manuals off of eBay so that I will have a variety in my store, because I know that when you put in a variety in your store, people might come in and go, oh, I need that instruction book. Oh, look, they also have these other parts that I need or want or whatever. So I use it as a draw into my store. I don't sell a lot of them, but I do sell them on occasion, and I do like to have them in my store. So I was a little confused as to why people were recycling them. And then it dawned on me last night. It's like, oh yeah, if they're new sellers, they're buying 10, 15, 30 boxes of the same set. And that's a lot of instruction books. So yeah, I started to see why they were recycling a lot of those. But when I first read it, I was really confused as to why. But I get it now. If you're a new seller, you don't want 30 copies of a set that everybody else is parting out. There's really no reason to have them. So I get that. Like I said, I bought a couple of boxes off of eBay, maybe 3 to 5 boxes of manuals. I do it once every other year or so, just to add to my inventory, to add a little bit of variety. Gives me more reason to draw people into my store. I also got quite a few of older instruction manuals when I had that big Lego haul from 2 years ago. There was a lot of older ones like the Western sets and space sets and the older creator town type sets. And a lot of those have sold, and they sold really fast and for quite a bit of profit. So that was definitely a good find. So the other question came up because basically they're saying, what do you do with all these instruction manuals if you do decide to keep them? So I thought I would take a few minutes and kind of show you how I do it. It's just an idea. I've seen other people who just use cardboard storage boxes or file cabinets like I do. This is just one way of doing it. Might give you some food for thought so that you can figure out how to store your own manuals if you decide to keep them. This is a corner of my shop that you rarely get to see in my videos. This is kind of a catch-all, and it's more personal stuff than for the business. That's probably why you never see it. In fact, I had to move a bunch of stuff out of the way just to show you where I keep the manuals. If you come over to this shelving unit, down in the bottom, I have this bin here, which has all these bags in it. So if I pull this out, you'll notice that all these bags have a number on them. In Bricklink, for the instruction manuals, in the remarks, I have bin 1, bag 6, 7, 8, whatever it is. In each of the bags, there's probably 15 to 20 smaller manuals. And the smallest ones are over on the side here. There's one more that got pushed down. Even the smallest of manuals, my tag fell off of this one, but even the smallest of manuals have a little bag of their own. The tag fell off of that one. I believe it's bag 1 or bag 3. But that's how we keep track of them, how we're able to store a bunch of them at once. Having them in the bags not only helps us when we're pulling them for an order, but it also keeps some of the dust off of them, and it's easier to kind of ruffle through them to find the one you need. The larger of the instruction manuals is kept in this file drawer here. And similar to what I do with the other one, in the remarks it'll say file cabinet folder 1, 2, 3. They're not in any particular order. It's just wherever there's room. We tried to kind of keep the different series together, but then after a while it's like just wherever there's room. On some of the older ones that are a little bit torn up, we do try to put those in a plastic sleeve to keep them from getting even more torn up, because these are the older ones that are a little bit more rare, and of course they're selling for a little bit cheaper because they are tore up, and we have sold quite a few of those. So that's what we do with the bigger manuals. So when I buy them on eBay, generally when I get them, I will break even. When I figure out how much I'm going to be selling them for and how much I bought them for, it works out to be a break even type of situation. But my very first box, and the reason I continue to buy manuals is because in my very first box, I ended up with one that I just could not believe I found. As I was going through and adding them into inventory, I came across an instruction book, and when it came up, it said that it was selling, I think, new for over $200 and used was like $150. And I'm thinking, I can't be looking at this right, because there's no way an instruction manual is going to sell for that much. So I took it in, I handed it to my husband. It was one of the Star Wars manuals. He looked at it and he goes, wow, this is in great shape. This is like brand new. I said, yeah. I said, but can you put it in there and see what amount you get when you put the number in? I didn't want to say anything because I wanted to see if maybe I was typing a number wrong or something. And he typed it in and he did a double take. He looked at the manual, he looked at the screen, looked down at the manual and looked at the screen, and he goes, is that right? I said, that's why I'm asking you. And sure enough, this particular Star Wars set, the Rebel Snowspeeder USC set number 10129, sells for over $150 used and over $200 for new. And as he was looking through it, he's like, wow, this is probably the best find you're ever going to get. And it has been. It was definitely by far the best find. But here's the kicker. Even though this manual was used, it looked brand new. It didn't have a mark on it. It didn't have any creases. Whoever had this never opened this manual. And so as he's flipping through this, looking to see if there's any kind of damage to it, the sticker sheet falls out of it. Brand new sticker sheet, not a crease in it. We looked that up. That was over $100 as well. Needless to say, it was by far the best find I had ever had. Never had anything like it since, but it was an awesome find, and it definitely kind of made me want to buy more manuals. I haven't had any find like that since, but it was definitely worth it. And it does keep me kind of going back to eBay and looking through the manuals to see if maybe I can get another good find like that. I doubt it, because people are now savvy to that and they really do look over those boxes of manuals before they bid. How did they sell? Well, my first international sale was that Snowspeeder book. I had a gentleman from Germany that contacted me and asked me if I would do an international sale. So it was not only a great sale, but it was also a wonderful learning experience for me into my foray into international selling. He got a really good deal on it, because even though it looked brand new, I couldn't sell it as new because I didn't take it out of the box. So he got it for the used price. The sticker sheet sold a couple of months later to a gentleman, I believe in Washington State, who asked for pictures and wanted to make sure that what he was getting was really what I had advertised. And he also got this at the used price, even though it was a brand new sticker sheet. I will continue to bid on boxes of manuals. Like I said, I do it about every year, year and a half, because I really don't have a lot of space for them, which was the whole point to the question that was put on Facebook, is that they do take up a lot of room. They don't sell a lot, but when they do sell, I always feel good that I had an instruction book that somebody was looking for. I know that when I put used sets together to sell on Bricklink, I really like to have the instruction book with it. In fact, I don't think there's ever been a used set that I've sold on Bricklink that I didn't have the instruction book for. To me, it's not complete unless you have that instruction book. So this was kind of a short video today, but like I said, I thought it was a really interesting topic, especially once I got to thinking about it, because some people don't mind putting the instruction books aside and having them in their inventory because they're like me. They like to have that variety that might bring in buyers, but I understand from a new seller perspective that you don't want to have 30 copies of the same instruction book. Now kind of have a better understanding as to why they're recycling those. But as somebody said in the comments, it's like, man, if you're just going to recycle those, send them my way. And I kind of feel the same way. It's like, I'll find space for them, send them my way. I'll put them in storage if I have to for a couple of years. So that's about it for this video. It's been kind of a quiet week here for me. Sales did pick up this month. I'm very excited because I finally reached my monthly average this month, which I haven't done since April. So very happy about that. I do plan on doing a video in the future on my financials. I know that quite a few Bricklink YouTubers do this. I just do it so differently than everybody else. I was like, I don't know, I feel almost embarrassed because I do it completely backwards from the way they do it. But at the same time, maybe it'll give people some ideas on how I handle my finances. So I will be doing that in the future. I don't know when, next couple of videos, hopefully. Because like I said, I'm running out of video ideas. So if you have any questions, please put them in the comments so I can come up with some more videos. Although I have to say that the Facebook page really does have a lot of good topics that come up. And like I said, this was one that I just thought was one I would throw in there, but then I realized it really was a good topic to talk about. So if you're a Bricklink seller, I would be curious if you sell instruction books, maybe even a brief description on how you store them for other people that might be looking for ideas. So if you could put those in the comments below, I'd really appreciate it. And if you enjoyed this video, as always, give it a thumbs up. If you really liked it, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.